Welcome back to part 3 with me, Jeff, and Tony with the Krav Maga. It's going well. So you've gone in Israel, you've learnt all the techniques. What was it like? Was it the training intense?
When you go over to train in Israel, certainly the place that I was training, a place called Maladaman, which is on the West Bank, you'd be training from kind of 9, sometimes 8 in the morning, right through till 10 o'clock at night sometimes, and it's hot, and it's a great way to lose weight, by the way. Go and train in Israel. And it was quite intense, and I'm very focused on getting the job done. We weren't going around the peripherals. It was about getting the job done. So we'd be training in, for instance, lovely trainer, love training around cars. So being attacked in a car, being attacked getting in your car, being attacked getting out of your car. The things that happen anywhere.
Yeah, real
situations.
So it's not like a competitive like Krav Maga, like boxing. It's, as you said before, it's real life situations and being able to have the experience to adapt in a volatile.
Yeah. So the competition is, can you escape with your life? Because that's the reality of, if you're being attacked, someone's not attacking you for the fun of it. They're attacking you because you're a resource. And once we forget about all the rules and realise that it could be a life or death situation, if you escape with your life, you've won that one. Okay?
That's brilliant. You've just done another thing about a seminar this is going into. You had a lot of children asking you, what was your first lesson?
Yeah.
Was teaching, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I did a seminar some years ago for a big karate club in Leeds, and they invited me down to teach the kids some Krav Maga, and I got them all paired up, and there must have been 100 or so kids
all waiting.
Yeah, and they were all in the karate uniforms, and lovely, great, and they ranging 6 years to 16, a youth seminar. And I just got them paired up, and I said, okay, what we're going to do now, one person's going to step forward and the other person's going to step back, and the one that steps back is going to put his hands up and say no. And what happened was 2 or 3 of them would shout no, and there was a lot of silence. So the first lesson was to actually find a voice. So the kids need to find a voice to actually say no and move away. No, I don't want this. That's the first part of learning for anti-bullying, because most kids and adults freeze. They freeze up and they go, no,
that's good.
So by the end of the day, all these kids were shouting and screaming at each other, and they didn't really do much technique, but they understood distance. They found a voice, and they realised that creating distance is where it's at, being away from the opponent. So after the seminar, the guy said to me, high-ranked karate guy said, that's the best seminar we've ever had, because that's the first time we've had them using the tool of the voice as a self-defense technique.
That's brilliant. I'm going to pick your brains now. We're going to go into some things, because at the moment in all around England and Wales and Scotland and the whole United Kingdom, there's a high rise in knife crime. If you don't mind me picking us up. And people got to be aware, because there's a lot of messages: choose a knife, choose a life and not a knife. But he was there. So straight away, look, I mean, have you got any sort of techniques? What would you advise someone if someone was coming at you with a knife?
Run away.
Simple as that.
Get out of there. The majority of knife attacks end up in someone getting cut or stabbed.
Okay.
So if you can avoid That's the key. You know, if we get into talking about knife defence,
Yeah.
you know, it's such a hot potato. If I knew that you had a knife on your possession, I'd be at home in front of my fire with the door locked, having a nice cup of tea. I don't want to be engaging with you. So if any of you kids out there know people that carry knives, disassociate yourself from them, because it's going to end badly.
There you go, the
Yeah.
knife. I mean, so I put this down because obviously that's, you know, I'm not here trying to provoke or whatever.
No.
That's, it's just simple, isn't it? So, I mean, this one here, I'll come in straight away. And I thought, what looks like a trident? I mean, is there any, why?
Kind of is, look, there's a trident,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
Trident. Poseidon! No, but it's just, I mean, this is what you, obviously in your gym, and you use sorts of techniques if you did get cornered, such and such. But is this, what did you say, this was like a tool of some sort?
Yeah, well, that's a kind of Japanese.
What's it called?
It's called a sai,
Yeah.
and it originates, I believe, from Okinawa, which is, you know, an island just off Japan.
Okinawa.
And the story behind that particular tool was it was a farmer's tool for, you know, baling hay and that kind of thing.
Sifting the hay, yeah.
But what they did was they developed a system of using it as a weapon, and also an attack, a defense weapon. So these sections here were used to catch a blade if they were being attacked.
I see, yeah.
Use it to hit someone with, and of course stab them.
Yeah.
So it's not something I use a lot. I mean, I'm the eternal student, and I'm always trying to increase my own skills. But it's more of a traditional karate thing.
Yeah. You could always do like a spit roast if you get starving.
Yeah, good idea.
No, just
Yeah.
And obviously, the most common tool, you said to me, people with sticks, because they're available. You know, this here is this represents a stick.
Yeah,
a
bat, a baseball bat.
So again, I mean, most people come out of a stick and they're going to throw it out. The
So,
I'll put it down. Yeah.
So,
wow.
So the thing with defending against weapons generally
So
is to get inside the arc. I don't want to be defending against this, because this is probably going to be harder than my body. So I need to be.
What about you see all these blocks?
Well, like so, boom, there's a broken arm for you, Jeff. You know, each to their own. But I want to be up close and personal with you if you're attacking me, Jeff. I want to be inside, using all my short range strikes to stop you using your weapons on me. Or I want to be at home with my cup of tea with the door locked, phoning the police, telling them Jeff's got a bat, a sai, a knife, a gun. He's got a Kalashnikov in his boot. I think he could be dangerous. Yeah, makes sense.
Absolutely amazing, man. But them three weapons, then, you know, it just shows you where your mentality of this, because you know, people might say he's training people to go out and kill. Is that right? Or
absolutely not.
I think it's the opposite, isn't it?
It really, everything I'm doing is about avoiding conflict. But there's a saying which I like to use sometimes, and it's either you're all in or you're all out. So if you're all in, just like when you picked up the bat, that's all in. There's no, you know, you can't get home and have a cup of tea if someone's trying to hit you on the head with a baseball bat. You've got to do something.
Yeah.
But if you can avoid that completely and not enter into that, you are exercising the highest level of self-defense and martial arts. It's like ultra high level black belt training, not being there. I think that Mr. Miyagi said that, didn't he? What's the best form of self-defense? Not be there.
That's brilliant. I love it. Where's the wisdom? So if you're watching that, don't be there. Mr. Miyagi. And his methods, obviously, when I was a kid, there was it was great the way you obviously paint on and wax off. Is that what you're saying about the flexibility before that gives you all?
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you're using the stretching as part of your training, you're going to become supple. You're going to become fitter. You're going to be more healthy. You're going to be a bit faster. You know, you're probably going to be, you know, lose a bit of weight, be leaner. So yeah,
because you're conscious as well as getting the stretches in.
Jeff Thompson always used to say, "Get your palate right, and everything else will work out." And what he meant by that was the palate is what you ingest into your body, not just the food, but what you ingest mentally.
Okay.
So if you hang with people that are toxic, you're going to become toxic. If you hang with people that are wholesome, you're going to become wholesome. If you eat wholesome food, you're going to be wholesome. If you watch pornography and watch violence and you are continually immersing yourself in all this murky, dirty kind of stuff which brings you down, you're going to be down. So what you ingest, get your palate right. Don't get me wrong, having a piece of cake and some ice cream is not a bad thing.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I get what you're saying. That's it.
But you know, everything in moderation.
Yeah, well, kids knocking around today, you know, if they want to hang around the gangs and, you know, show off with knives or stuff like that, or try and rob someone off, you know, that's where it's going to end up, isn't it? Kids can come to the gyms and go out and play football, go and do. There's the knowledge of so many things. With martial arts itself, is what you're saying as well. There's a lot of good philosophies in what you just teach today.
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
I mean, another episode, I mean, a real life instance was road rage. You know, that's another thing. Did you mention something about a story? Not to mention the name. Or,
no, a very kind of good friend of mine who's like at the top of his game, and he got cut up by someone who actually forced him to stop.
Get off the car!
He kind of cut in front of him and blocked his way with his car, got out, and he's giving it all that. Now this guy is extremely capable, and
what do you mean, like killing someone?
Yeah, extremely capable, and you know, he's known for it in a past life, and he basically said, "Look, mate, if I cut you up, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It was my fault. I'm really, really sorry. I don't want any trouble. I apologise." And the fella said, "Yeah, you better not do that," and got in his car and drove off. And then he said, "I'll let him go home to his family, his wife and kids. I'll let him go
unharmed." Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, you know, it's kind of a knowing that.
It takes a big amount to walk away.
It does, yeah, you know, and you mightn't be at the top of your game. You mightn't be the best martial artist or fighter or whatever, but, I mean, who are these people?
Yeah.
Who are these people that you would waste your time even getting into a conversation with someone that thinks you've cut them up, and you're going to, like, start getting involved in it?
Chops off on the street.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Making a hoo-ha. Well, that's brilliant. Okay then, stand by for part 5. Then we've got more about your occupational times.
Okay, good.
Which is interesting. Cool. Great stuff.